With mowing some of the front lawn interest you ever? Oh. What do you?
My secret you are
All right, everybody, welcome to this meeting. Welcome to this meeting where I'll be going through the announcements for the next couple of days. I thought about it and I wanted to get back into doing these meetings. So today is the day. Tomorrow I'll be filming a video for my YouTube channel. Today is the Amenten meeting. That's how it'll go. Every other day will be meeting. And then, so one day is my video, the other day is the meeting. My video, the meeting, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go through these announcements rather quickly and briefly so that I can get to the heart of why you're all here today and what the purpose of this meeting is about. The very first announcement is that at Lubimbi, Talay Tuxament, there is a grand staff meeting. So this is talking about the grand staff and music. So what this is basically, you're going to be imbued into this place, basically. You're going to be welcomed into this place where you're sort of on two pedestals, one over here, one over there. And you're deciding which clef is the proper clef, the bass or the treble, and you're debating that in music. So this is what this is, it's a debate. It's about knowing that the North Node is Scorpio and knowing that there's staff as the face picture of that, just accepting and surrendering to that image and that vision. We are moving into something more creative, more right-brained. I don't need to remind you about the shifts of the world, but this grand staff meeting surely packs a punch. Put it in your bag. Moving on, the Council of Old Omens, the Council of Omens. There's actually a card in the Mystical Shaman deck called the Council. That's the 64th card in the deck. So you're going to be meeting at 7 o'clock in the evening. Lubimbi Rosa Amenten, she's going to be talking about omens and signs. She's going to be doing a webinar on signs and omens and spirituality and how to recognize them. So that will be published the following day. So this event is gonna be September the 6th. The following day, she's gonna publish that webinar that will be sent to you by link by one of my 3 head officials. And this, she's gonna be discussing and giving a presentation about omens as well. So you're getting 2 versions, the live presentation and the webinar, on different dates. Lobimbi Grunier, as I mentioned, has to be cleaned. So at 1 through 3 o'clock on Thursdays and Tuesdays this week, you're going to clean Amenten, organize various spaces in Amenten. Transportation can be organized, but it basically is open through 9 through 5. So moving on, heightened sensitivity webinar. Pam Gregory is going to be talking about merging sensitivity and astrology together in her webinar because she is the Pisces Sun and Moon, Scorpio rising, 3 planets in Aries, 1 in Taurus, 1 in her whole chart. Her Saturn is on my moon, so one person has Saturn on my sun, and then the other person both of them are Pisces, both born 10 days apart, both older women, both in resemblance to each other. Both of them have Saturn aspects to my sun and moon. One person is personal, the other is Pam Gregory, for Saturn is directly on top of my moon. So her webinar will be on heightened sensitivity and astrology. She will combine those things. She'll talk about certain energies that involve that. That webinar will be released on September 9th. At the Amenten headquarters on September 10th, there will be a book review for Hatchet by Gary Paulson. Gary Paulson, the author, is going to be coming and he's going to be discussing and talking about his book Hatchet. And then he's going to be signing copies where you can get into the groove of that particular book. You're signing a copy or having signed a copy by someone else. So he'll be signing copies at that event. Moving on. That will be, by the way, September 9th. At 1 o'clock in the Amenten headquarters. After this is over tonight, you're going to be watching the movie Jack and the Beanstalk, and you're going to be doing a review on that. And I have the video, I have a whole list of instructions where I talk about it, so I don't want to discuss it here for the sake of right now. Laura in the kitchen will visit at my Amenten. Laura Vitale will visit my Amenten. She is going to be cooking salmon dishes. That will be from September 10th through 12th. She's going to be coming here. She's going to be cooking salmon dishes for all of you. And I hope that you enjoy and I hope that you learn a lot from that. Marie de Simone finally came to her senses and really put the values in the right place. She doesn't pay attention to the membership on YouTube anymore. And so because of that, we're going to be having a reuniting party with her here at the Amenten at Do Undo's on September the 11th. It will be at Do Undo's at 7 p.m. It's going to be a video featuring her videos and a celebration with all of her favorite foods there. It should be wonderful. The fall concert, as you know, for those of you who are in choir, will be on September the 21st at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium here in Indianola. Featuring songs representing the signs of Libra, Scorpion, and Sagittarius, and also specific astrology going on this fall. Stormy Grace has prepared a webinar all about astrology and the philosophy of the grass is greener on the other side. So talking about reframing negative aspects of astrology, like the sign of Scorpio, Mercury retrograde, etc. So she's going to be talking like Saturn and Mars, the two malevolent energies. She's going to be reframing those negative aspects of astrology into positive things, into having positive traits and characteristics, into having positive qualities. So she'll be doing that, and that webinar will be released on the 13th. At Lubimbi to Latex Amenten on September the 14th, there is Mr. Fractal's Crystal Healing Workshop. He's gonna be doing a workshop all about crystal healing, showing you crystals, all those kind of things like that. That will be at 2 o'clock at Amenten on the 14th of September. And one final reminder, that Kind of Look Academy classes, basically that you have to sign up for classes, that you're taking classes. So registration closes on the 20th, classes officially start the 21st. So be aware of that. Be aware of when things begin and when things end. You still have time to register for those classes. Those Kind of Academy classes. Now, normally I would push those earlier, but since I really enjoy going to DMAC and I really enjoy going out of the house, and it's something that I actually look forward to, I figure, well, why not just give you a longer break? And why not just start earlier? I feel completely fine about making it unfair for me in that way. So, Kind of Look Academy classes, still time to register. Classes begin on the date that I mentioned, whatever you're interested in, follow that pathway, whatever it is. So, with all that being said, I want to talk about the whole reason why we are having an Amenten meeting today. And I'm going to close the door because it's quite personal. We're having a meeting. Well, that's their own fault. I keep reminding people that they have to either come in the room or go up in that room over there and sit and watch the I don't understand why that's such an issue. So I mean that's not me. Anyway, they're just gonna have to figure it out the hard way. All right, so today I was in a session with Maria Ogden. And she was telling me all about these things that I can actually apply in my life, such as actually opening up the oracle cards and using them. Actually opening up the oracle cards that I keep under my desk and using them. I don't have to do that if I didn't want to. Going off of YouTube for 7 days, not watching it at all for 7 days. I didn't have to do that either. So you see what I mean? Advice given but dictatorial, that kind of thing. So the real heart of the matter is there are these restrictions in place that cause delimiting, basically. And so you have a little court with a judge and some fellow individuals sort of doing their thing, sitting in on the thing. And then this one person comes in that gives all these commandments to people, the shoulda, woulda, couldas of people, in a dictatorial and almost a judgmental way, making the people feel guilty and lack for what they have not done, even though it may be helpful, even though it may be necessary for them. In this case, it is all about me wanting or not wanting to use my oracle cards. I have 4 decks that in my mind I plan on only using those 4 decks for videos. I allow myself to use the other decks, but I don't have to pull them out if I don't want to, especially because someone is telling me that I have to pull them out. I can decide when I pull them out, when I want to pull them out. That may be 2 years from now. That may be a week from now. That may be 2 months from now. I have the total freedom and sovereignty to pull them out when I feel okay with pulling them out when time has passed. And I'm over the insecurity, I'm over the guilt and over the negativity of it. And I'm pulling them out and using them like they're meant to be used. Like the whole reason I get them is not to just tuck them away, but to use them. Yet, that being said, It does give me great satisfaction to know that I'm putting them in a place where they won't be contaminated by anything. It does give me satisfaction to have a lot of decks, basically. And I will use them. I will probably use them, but not because someone else is telling me to. So that's the whole point. This particular person is telling me that I have to pull them out and use them. You know what happens when someone tells you they have to do something? Why do you suddenly feel reluctant to do that thing? Why do you, oh, that's right, because somebody else is telling you. Somebody else is projecting, here's what I would do in this situation. Here's what I would do. This is what I would do in this situation. Projecting it onto other people, projecting it onto the other person. It's not what they would do in the situation. It's what you would do. So it's important to separate those two. It's important to recognize when you're projecting onto others, even in the smallest way. So, like this. I mean, even this is projecting onto other people. Now, I will pull them out, but in my own time, in my own right, on my own terms, at the right time. Basically. So I want to pull an oracle card, one of which is what the collective has to know about this individual. The second of which is what I need to know in regarding Maria's advice. And whatever the cards say, I will consider it and go along with it from there. And I may even use, I may even use that deck only that I'm using today, or the following decks I have on my bookshelf only. It doesn't matter which deck, it doesn't matter. As long as I am using decks that I have, it's all fine. Doesn't have to be specific deck. So, when I was sitting there receiving the advice, I was put in a state of resistance, and that is typical. That is a natural state to be in when someone is telling you you have to do something. It's natural to be that way. It's natural to be like, oh, no, no, you don't know me that well. You may think you know me, but you don't know me that well. And putting me in a situation where I have to do that. Well, there's nobody chaining me. There's nobody holding a gun to my head. There's nobody forcing it on me. This is the whole beauty of the oracle cards. The oracle cards themselves are just giving advice, guidance. Are you available to receive the guidance? I'm pretty sure that I was available. Am I going to take the guidance? Let's check in with what feels right. What feels right for me is allowing myself to look at the cards on my own time at my own terms. That feels right for me. What if the world was your oracle? What if people were the oracle cards that you pull? What if you enter a situation and this person gives you suggestions or guidance, or that's the card that you pull? In this case, I would pull the card enrich yourself in the bounty of life. Or something like that, like engage with the things you already have. Now, this is 90% positive, 10% negative. This was a 90% positive thing that this person said to me, 10% in the negatives. So mostly trained, mostly seasoned, mostly embotulated, but not necessarily implementated. So, if you don't know what those words mean, look at the dictionary on my website. You'll find it out. So, anyway, what I am going to do is this person is gonna come and I'm gonna play an unrelated song that has to do with some other situation, somebody else. This person will be coming in. I will be pulling an oracle card from Exposure, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Like whatever. Saying what the oracle has to say in regards to this particular person. At this particular time. So without further ado, Daniel, you can go grab her. She is waiting outside. So I don't want to hear her waiting. I offered for her to come to my Amenten today. So that is what we are doing today. So let me find the song. All right. So with that being said, I'm trying to find the handy dandy remote control. Over there. So, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. It should be fun to have you here for a particular evening. Welcome. And this is my Amenten. So that is absolutely wonderful. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a reading using Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is a particular deck of cards that I don't particularly feel secure about. The other deck that I don't feel secure about is the Mystical Shaman. But the other decks that I have, I do feel secure about. The other two decks I have, I do feel secure. So, problem solved, answer there. All right. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull the card. And let's see what it has to say. So this is for me in particular. So I'm going to ask a question and pull a card. We'll see how this is going to go. Gaia's Garden. So this is interesting. So the card that I got is Gaia's Garden. And this talks about fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. So let's just see what it says in the book. And then I'm going to do a collective card. So let's just see what it says. In Gaia's Garden, you have everything you need to make your dreams come true. There is no shortage of anything. You're constantly reminded of the law of supply. Gaia is the infinite spirit manifest in all tangible things. She represents the abundance of nature. When she comes to you as your ally, she invites you to partake in all the blessings of life. There will always be enough for everyone. Success comes to you from the fruits of your intentions, and all is well with the world as a result. This is a sign to remind you to give thanks and maintain an attitude of humility and gratitude as your greatest good now manifests for you. Guys' gifts are sweeter when you share them with others. So, that obviously talks about just looking to see blessings that you have in your life. So, although, when you're pulling cards, it's not about, am I going to do this or am I going to do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's sort of a yes, no limitation. And I think that was saying that it's okay to open up to the blessings if I would want to do that. So maybe I would feel more abundant if I probably got rewarded that potentially, maybe. So that's good to think about. And because of that, and only because of that, only because of that. I think that maybe I will probably pull out those cards and start using them. Maybe. We'll see. So now that I did that, I'm going to ask a collective question. Let me put it down. Put it back. Interesting. So we got the Web Weaver reversed as the card. And this talks about synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. So upside down. Challenger. So this is what the card says. The Web Weaver warns you to address your behavior in all areas. Where are you being dishonest with others and with yourself? Or you feel fearful that you'll be left out in the cold and abandoned if you don't relinquish control. Your strand in the web is beautiful and unique, and you don't need to camouflage who you really are in order to manipulate results. You're challenged to stand tall in your perfect imperfections. See yourself truly, and allow the patterns of your life to be woven into the beauty meant for you and your. Keep in mind that if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. The web remembers everything. Do something different this time and watch a miracle. It applies to all questions in this moment for everything. And right now I'm regretting doing this. Because this would have been a card that I pulled for myself and only for myself, but the inspiration took over and I had to do this. So I just want to scratch this out. Just because it just took a hold of me in a way where I couldn't control it. Still sort of an area of growth that I need to get past. So we can just forget about announcements, about meetings, about everything. So you're free to go. I probably won't be seeing you again. So that's it, everybody. So goodbye.